Hello everyone! Welcome to Sideshow New York Con, day one. This is the 11 a.m. booth tour. We're so happy you guys are here again. We're happy to be back at the desk. I'm here, obviously, with my supervisor. Look how good he looks. Thank you guys so much for being here. We have got 4 days of awesome products. We've got giveaways. We've got reward codes. We've got it all. But right now, we've got Amy and Alex here ready to show you guys the first day of the 11 a.m. booth tour. Guys, take it away.
All right. Hey, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Sideshow New York Con. I've got my, time zones all mixed up right now. You got it? You got it? Good. I am joined here by Alex Aronowitz. And
came from New York to California for New York Con. So.
To make it extra authentic. And I am Amy Chase, and we're going to be walking you through the day one booth here. As Paul might have mentioned, it's not too late to register for Sideshow Con. Go to side.show/NYCC for more information about this event going on from the 4th to the 10th. Let's get started with that booth tour. First up, we are taking a look at some adorable QMX Q-Fig figures. Now these are the quantum mechanics kind of specialized, stylized versions of characters that we know and love from across the pop culture multiverse. Where do we want to start?
I don't know, because some of these have such amazing bases and some of these are proximity pieces. So let's start with Predator.
Let's start with Predator over in the corner. So this is the Predator Q-Fig. There is so much going on in this small, adorable scene. These make great shelf display pieces. The footprint they take up isn't entirely massive. So these are great gifts. These are adorable pieces. You guys can see that the Predator is perched on a tree. And if you catch down at the base, we do have Dutch hiding in wait, ready to take on the galaxy's deadliest hunter.
I do love all the booby traps from the movie are also represented here with the spikes and everything.
Yeah, this piece does have a kind of 360 degree to it. Of course,
Tells the whole story.
Most of the action is up front. And then taking it from Predator to Aliens, we've got multiple xenomorphs in the house, of course, and an Ellen Ripley in the power loader suit. Now, these pieces that you see up top are sold separately, but check that out. There is kind of a circular moon cut there, and you can display these pieces together, interlock the bases if you so choose.
Yeah, and you see the base of them, actually feed into each other with the grating and everything. That's how you know you've locked it in exactly how it's meant to be.
Yeah, and there's just so much personality and detail in both of the figures that have been shrunk down and designed in this really adorable style. I mean,
I'm anger on her face.
Almost not afraid of the alien queen, almost.
Well, I'm not, because I know Ellen Ripley's got it. Look at her anger. She's got it.
So good. She's got the excellent the eyebrows are what really sell it for me. And then we've got this really creative little piece. Look at the lone xenomorph here and how that is actually kind of hanging from the ceiling. We see that cool
That's
design.
from that scene in the first movie, in Alien 1979, where it's coming down from hanging inside all the chains and everything's wet and gross. And they really got the wet and gross done really well with that silver and the blue.
But it's still cute.
It's adorable.
And I love that forced kind of dangling effect with the way that they've sculpted the physics into this piece and that cool chain that is supporting the character. And then, for those of you who aren't inclined for aliens and monsters, we do have some more lighthearted features. Let's go over here to Hagrid and Harry Potter. This is Hagrid on his motorbike, of course, with Harry in the sidecar. This is a beautiful, beautiful piece. And again, I love seeing the scale of these characters shrunk down into the QMX Q-Fig style, but still in line with one another.
And they do a really good job of sculpting the kinetic aspects, like the movement of the wind in Hagrid's hair, his beard. As a beard person, I'm very, very, particular to that. But and you have the scarf and everything. There's a lot of movement in the piece, and I absolutely love that.
Yeah, and there's even the little lights on the back of the motorbike. They don't light up, but there are the nice red details, so you do get lots of pops of color in there. And then, last but not least, we have Avatar Aang from Avatar The Last Airbender, of course.
Bending air.
With Momo on top, this beautiful clear cast effect of the air circling him. We also get some of the other elements with the earth kind of flying around as well. Not a full bending master just yet, but he's certainly on his path, and that the air nomad robes in the center there just add such a brightness to this piece.
The leaves and the rocks, and again with the clouds on the base, it takes you into the scenery. You know what I mean? I love, that's one thing QMX really kills too, is they kill it with the bases. It tells you a whole story.
Yeah, and they do think about it from every angle. Now, you guys are seeing short links to these on our website, but you can also go and check our QMX manufacturers page on our website for these and even more adorable Q-Fig characters from all of your favorite fictional universes. Up next, we're going to jump over here to an incredible Transformers character, a fan favorite, looking a little feral and ferocious up top, or down below, and then up top he's ready to fight alongside the Autobots. This is the Grimlock Supreme Edition from PCS.
That is supreme.
We did get to see this bad boy at the summer Sideshow Con, but he is making a reappearance here. We just wanted to show him to you again. Just a really fabulous piece that does take into consideration all aspects of this character. It is just such a massive display. So you guys can see down here, we've got the Dinobot form of Grimlock. I just love the silver and gold elements, and as you look at the character, you can see what parts of those have converted to the bipedal Autobot form up top. You guys are seeing back here, we've got the clear cast effect of flames.
The flames and the volcanic base is really puts it over the edge.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you get the blue, which is sort of representing a transition from one form to the other, and that's such a killer effect that they did.
Yeah, you can see even the halfway, there's the kind of panels that become the shoulders, but those are also his arms. You get to see all the unique parts of that in that blue clear cast. That adds a lot of dimension and action to this piece. And then we do, as you mentioned, have that awesome kind of Cybertronian volcanic ruins beneath him. I love that this is a more realistic as robot dinosaurs go, version of Grimlock. And then we've got some of those clear translucent elements on him as well, especially with the chest piece up here. And we see some of those around the neck of the Tyrannosaurus form.
He did a really good job to make it look, weathered and worn as well, because I mean he's sitting there getting a little burnt up in a volcano. He's getting
a little battle damage, never hurt anybody. But you can check that out at side.show/Grimlock. Again, this is the Grimlock Supreme Edition from PCS. Such a cool piece.
Very cool.
Now we're going to jump into the world of X-Men. We've got some of Sideshow's X-Men collection here making an appearance. First up, we've got Wade Wilson himself. This is the Deadpool premium format figure. It is currently still in pre-order, but it's expected to be shipping very, very soon. Now we do have him in one of his configurations here. You guys can see that he does have his katana blades in hand. But one of my favorite aspects of this piece is that he does come with swap-out hands that have cutlery, like Wolverine-style cutlery, forming claws in case Deadpool needs to, knife or spoon or fork with the bad guys.
Or maybe there's a nice salad he's like really interested in. He's got to fly in, hardcore, eat that salad.
That too, crash your Vespa. This is the exclusive edition we are seeing here, and I want to point that out because the exclusive edition comes with this adorable Cable doll that matches his best friend in the world, who we do also have on display in this booth. The exclusive edition of the Cable premium format figure comes with a Deadpool best friend's doll. He's got the other half of the friendship necklace going on here as well.
Adorable.
Just a great comedic character taking on a lot of different action-powered elements, but then we do have that humor with the additional swap-out hands and the Cable doll. And if you don't get the exclusive edition, there is just another belt pouch to add on. Just more pouches.
You gotta have another pouch.
All right. So as we mentioned, we do have the Cable premium format figure right here as well.
Boy. He is a big boy.
He is on an apocalyptic themed Xavier's Mansion base. You guys are seeing his amazing fabric cape that is removable as well. It does have wire for posing. Really cool. This guy looks like he just stepped out of a gritty, grim future, and hopefully he's looking to change that in the past. And then we've got this really cool, is he on a turntable? Oh, he is.
Ooh, perfect.
Gently now. I want to show you guys the really cool portals that he's stepping out of. So this effect that goes along the back of the base here, you can see that his gun is partially coming through one as well as he steps out and forward into the scene. And then a couple other details that we've got going on here. We can see that Wolverine's cowl and Cerebro are also embedded in the wreckage. So whatever
future,
whatever future or past or apocalypse he's in right now, he needs to go further back and stop that. And he's going to do it with the help of his best friend, Deadpool.
So you guys, this flame, this almost like melted metal effect over here also looks like it's lit up, and that's just that paint job.
Yeah, that's, like seared metal paint jobs. I don't know how to describe that any better, but those are like one of my favorite details on a piece when lightsabers have been swinging, or there have been laser blasts, or something concussive. Just all of that really, really cool action going on. And then of course he's got that's a good Cable portrait, you know, the official grim
Grumpy,
Nathan Summers.
Grumpy big boy. I mean, seriously.
Grumpy big boy. Well, up next, we've got a couple of other X-Men who are fighting for their present and the future of mankind. We've got Rogue and Gambit. These are maquettes sold separately, taking place in the Danger Room. There's a bit of a double date scenario going on in the Danger Room collection, especially if you guys picked up the Colossus premium format figure and the exclusive Juggernaut, who is kind of crashing through.
Crashing the party.
You've got Kitty Pryde as his exclusive, but we do have Rogue and Gambit, everybody's favorite, Ragin' Cajun and Sweet Southern Charmer. I love all the details going on here. Now these are both in stock on our website right now, so you can pre-order them. The exclusive editions would have alternate portraits are sold out, but you could still bring these lovebirds home. I mean, check out that dynamic action on Gambit.
It continues not just in his hands, but I mean, you see what he did down here. He has thrown his cards, they are exploding. He's coming out of one of his explosions. It's, the colors on it are killer.
Using the kinetic energy to jump and leap. You guys can see he actually does have a fully sculpted trench coat, so that's what you're seeing here. Of course, we've got the bow staff, and he's got a couple of aces up his sleeves. And then, of course, we've got Rogue, who has maybe absorbed some flying superpowers, and she is wrenching this mechanical buzzsaw arm out of the base. We've got some cool wiring details. They have a little bit of a flex to them.
Careful, they might be live, I don't know.
Be very careful. And then that beautiful Danger Room floor that's just getting torn apart. I mean, I guess that's what it's for, especially when you're an X-Men, but
that's a good thing about having these together is you see how the base is, it tells the whole story of it. And again, that cracking and that shine that comes out of it.
The light blue detail. And then I want to point out before we go, Rogue does have a fully tailored bomber jacket, so she's got the fabric details on that. And then one of the other scenes you can see in Sideshow's X-Men collection, of course, is when they're not fighting each other or the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, they're fighting good old-fashioned Sentinels. So we have the X-23 premium format figure, a longtime fan favorite. She's joining the fray. And like father, like daughter, if you already have the Wolverine premium format figure, you'll notice that she has the opposite Sentinel hand, so you can display them opposite one another. You can also display them with the Magneto Maquette, who has the Sentinel's head going on there, so there's a lot of cool stuff. Her exclusive edition with the X-Force Rage style portrait is sold out, but she is in stock on our website as you see her here. And then for those of you at home who just love your tread watch, she actually does have X's on the bottoms of her shoes sculpted in.
Nope, this one doesn't spin around. But
no, we don't have her on a turntable. But
and that face sculpt of hers with that anger, there's nothing I like seeing more than an angry hero.
Well, she's got plenty of that anger in store. Now, up next, we're going to take a swing on over to the Spider-Verse, but it's also the Marvel Gamerverse, because we've got the Negative Suit Spider-Man 1/3 scale statue by PCS. Now, this is a variant for their Advanced Suit edition. You guys can see that this is the kind of photo-negative version of that, which I love because you can see that where there are usually highlights, like the high points of the knees and the biceps, you can see that he's actually got that kind of aquamarine negative zone shadow to him. So the highlights and the lowlights are kind of in reverse here. Just a really great detail.
And that base is something else. That demon with the horns coming out, the effect that they did painting that is out of control.
This is the Mr. Negative Oni form from that incredible boss sequence, practically leaping out of the game. There are some clear kind of semi-translucent cast elements that pick up the light really nicely here. And then you guys
coming around.
Yeah, he's got that semi-flexible web element that does magnetize to his hand. There's just so much going on in this piece, and it is fully sculpted. They did a great job getting all of the detail in his suit. Now that is in stock on our website right now, so you can check that out from PCS. But now that we've covered a good chunk of Marvel, we've gone to the X-Men, we've gone to the Gamerverse, we wanted to show you guys, we know you're all dying to see, we've got some new Hot Toys pieces making their debut for Sideshow Con here, including these incredible 2 pieces that are up for pre-order now from Xiangxi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, the latest cinematic installment in the MCU. A warm welcome back two Marvel movies. Just incredible. So we have up top, we've got Xiangxi himself, and then we do have Wenwu. But we're going to start with Xiangxi. You can see that he is on a dynamic figure stand, which
he's got to move.
He's got to move. You guys can recreate some of those incredible high-flying martial arts poses.
I love the shoes so much. I got to tell you, I love the shoes so much. The face sculpt is out of control, beautiful, but the shoes are what draws my eyes because I don't know. I'm not a big sneakerhead, but I love it.
Yeah, I mean, they've done a great job capturing this newest cinematic look. So also, if there are cosplayers out there looking to get their first look or a closer look at some of the details, of course, this is the way to go. We do have him posed with his staff right now, but he does come with a number of accessories, including, of course, the 10 rings. And there's this just really cool way that Hot Toys has captured it. You can check more pictures on his gallery on our website, but when he is wielding the rings, they have a kind of a flame discharge effect. And then when we see Wenwu, he's got the more electricity-based blue. So it kind of speaks to the way that the characters wield this power, which is super unique. And then, of course, up front, we've got the Wenwu 6-scale figure. Incredible likeness of Tony Leung. Just amazing. I love the kind of tassets on his belt.
I was going to say the cut and sew on this one is next level.
I mean, he has nice shoes too, but they're not quite cool sneaker kicks.
Right.
But he's got that really cool armor that's just so light and woven into the incredible fabric costume design that Hot Toys has done. Both of these characters are highly articulated figures with the incredible standards and excellence of a Hot Toys piece. Just so excited to see this release. And of course, they both have their specialized character figure stands with the kind of details of the 10 rings. And then Wenwu also comes with the dynamic stand, so you can get those, again, high-flying
that's the best
action
thing about
poses.
You know, like, this is going to take people's posing and photography to the next level because of the way that their action is.
Yeah.
You know, they do a different type of action, and their articulation is going to make them so beautiful in photographs.
Yeah, because a lot of the fighting that we've seen in the MCU has been quite different than this martial arts style. So you can learn more about those on our website. You guys will see the short links on our screen. I don't have those handy, but these are, of course, Xiangxi and Wenwu 6-scale figures sold separately by Hot Toys. Up next, we've got a different type of action again. So we were just talking about the kind of martial arts stylings, but now you can have liberty to pose your characters like animation because we've got the incredible Hot Toys series for the What If animated show on Disney Plus right now. First of all, we got a really cool spread of several different episodes, very fan favorite episodes, but it is so nice to see Captain Carter getting a figure.
Captain Carter is the most exciting thing for me, you know, that's been happening with What If because I always loved her, and you know, Sharon Carter, now she's Captain Carter. That shield, forget about it.
Peggy Carter.
Peggy Carter. Sorry, Sharon.
There's a lot of Carters.
Listen, I just got Will actually live.
I'm sorry.
No, it's perfect. But yeah, Peggy Carter. But that shield, I'm freaking out.
With the we've got the British flag on there, of course. Now these have all very stylized head sculpts, hair sculpts, and costumes and accessories, of course, to recreate that animation style. And it's so cool to see her translated into this form because she also did, as a character, not quite the same, make an appearance in the comics in Exiles in 2018, but this is the animated version of Captain Carter. She actually does have two unique hair sculpts because there is the more windswept version if you do, let's say, pose her in dialogue with the Hydra Stomper, which is up back.
Massive.
You guys can see right now we do have Zombie Hunter Spider-Man on a raise. This guy is even taller than that, and of course we do see pre-serum Steve Rogers inside. I love this. I love his flight suit and how it hangs off of him a little bit.
Because it's always going to be loose because he's the skinny boy.
Yeah, kid from Brooklyn. And then we've got the incredible Hydra Stomper, lots of cool decals going on throughout this piece. And we do have the kind of head of it lifted up at the moment, so you guys can see how you can pose the figures together. But there are some great examples by Hot Toys on our website in the galleries of how you can pose the Hydra Stomper and Captain Carter together.
Something I just noticed is the ladder that he climbs up the body.
Oh, wow.
Look at that, up the leg and up into the body. It's like all these little details.
He's got handholds.
He's got handholds.
So you guys can, that's a great idea for posing your pre-serum Steve or your Captain Carter with this. It's massive. I mean,
I can't even get over how big it is.
The legs on this thing, it's amazing. It's such a cool figure. Just a really unique addition to any collection. And then taking it on over to Marvel Zombies, we've got Zombie Hunter Spider-Man and we've got Zombie Captain America. Now, I really love the fact that with the zombie Captain America, you can get away with a little bit less anatomically correct
because he's bent,
poses. Yeah, he's got hard angles to him, and you guys can see that the way he's posed here with that twisted ankle and all the unique fraying details on his costume. I mean,
everything's dirty, everything's ripped, and they did such a really great job with the threading coming off of everything over here.
It's bittersweet because I love Marvel zombies, but it's hard to see Captain America looking like that.
I
mean,
it's so sad.
It's kind of cool though. It's really gnarly, especially with the mouth has those kind of tendons that haven't severed, but you can see into his maw there, and it's so fun.
He still has nice teeth.
Good for him. I mean,
zombie dental plans must be up there.
The apocalypse came on pretty quickly, so with time, he's still looking good. We still love you, Captain America, and it is cool to see two versions of a captain. Across the multiverse now, which is what we're getting with this What If series. And then, of course, we have Zombie Hunter Spider-Man, who unfortunately doesn't come with his own VHS tape of how to survive the apocalypse, but you guys can study up by watching the episode. But this is a unique Spider-Man sculpt and costume, of course, with the cloak of levitation, Doctor Strange's cape.
And it's a good look for him.
It is. I mean, some people think that there shouldn't be capes on these costumes or, whatever your cape stance is. He looks great. He comes with a dynamic figure stand, so you can get those aerial poses, not just from swinging and slinging webs, but with the cloak.
Just levitating.
Helping
sometimes
him.
You just want to levitate.
Yeah, sometimes you just want to levitate. Now, all of these, I believe, are available for pre-order on our website. If they're not, you can RSVP to be notified at side.show/coming soon. But I know Captain Carter's up. I think the Hydra Stomper's up, and Zombie Hunter Spider-Man at least. I think Zombie Cap is too, but just an amazing, amazing collection. I hope we get to see more of the world of What If coming soon, but this is just such a really, really cool collection, a really unique offering from Hot Toys. Up next, we've got to look at some incredible Endgame figures. Not only do we have some returning favorites, so you guys can see them in dialogue with some of the other newer pieces that we have here, but one of the really most interesting pieces we have is the Iron Strange, which was based on concept art for the film that Hot Toys has now fully realized as an incredible figure.
There's so much going on in this that you may not be able to see until you actually start digging into it and breaking it down layers. I mean, forget about his chest. I'm doing the New York thing. Forget about it. his chest around the arc reactor, all of that inscription. That's like the first thing that my eyes are drawn to here.
Yeah, the mixture of the Eye of Agamotto and the Iron Man suit. One of my favorite things about the first Thor movie, of course, is when they said any sufficient science is indistinguishable from magic, and this really kind of brings that together because you can see the way that his kind of mandalas have become very technological. They look like Iron Man's holograms, but he still has incredible swords. He's got those really cool like nanite repulsors. And then on the base, we've got his signature swirling portal.
I mean, that's a next level thing. When they start putting that much into a base, what I mean? That's absolutely next level. And I love the effect, the translucent orange. It's almost flaming, but that's his regular portal. Yeah,
and the shape of that. And then in dialogue with all of these other characters, of course. And I realize I say that phrase a lot. I just mean in context, when you see these characters alongside one another. We've got the really cool battle-damaged Thanos, of course. I love the way his purple blood kind of sticks out there, and his armor has that kind of almost like, when an engine gets really hot. I'm not really sure what that's called, but
it's like that white hot heat sort of thing.
Yeah, and you've got that kind of color striation all across his armor.
His sad face, knowing what's happening. A spoiler alert for Endgame, but knowing what's coming. His disappointed face.
The backside of that gauntlet, that's got no stones in it. And then, of course, we've got the Iron Man Mark 85. We've got the Thor Endgame 6-scale figure. Love, love, love this version of Thor, who kind of combines some of the elements of his father Odin into his costume. We've got the braided beard.
I should try that braided beard myself. I don't know if I'd look that good.
I mean, I would love to see it in terms of characters repping the facial hair. And then we do have the Hulk, and we have Iron Patriot as well.
Iron Patriot is so massive. I recently watched that Unsealed and Revealed with him, and putting that together is incredible. There's so many cool pieces.
Endgame pieces I mean, they take up a significant amount of real estate on any shelf. So if you have the whole collection or you are aiming to get the whole collection, I would love to see how that fits in your home. Just amazing work. A lot of the Iron Man suits, of course, have die-cast elements to them, and they've just done such a great job with the likenesses. And of course, we've got Endgame Captain America. But then, and we've seen him at the last couple shows, so I don't want to
focus too hard on him.
But we do have a couple of newcomers and returning recent favorites that you guys got to take a closer look at the summer show. But first up, we've got the Iron Man Mark I
The beginning of it
suit.
all.
This is, go back to the origins, and they've done such a great job of doing a high-quality recreation of a low-quality Iron Man suit. I mean, and, you know, nobody's first draft is perfect, but this is such a beautiful, beautiful design that has so much of the intricacy that you can see that it took Tony Stark to create and make this suit to save his life. Now we do
leather gloves, the welding marks, everything on the inside. I mean, it just looks like this looks like Hot Toys made it in a cave. It looks perfect.
It's so great, and I love that there's actually the fabric elements beneath it, kind of that rougher, coarser brown fabric that does have frayed edges, because so rarely do we get to see fabric elements with an Iron Man suit. But we do have the translucent kind of flamethrower effect as well. We've got that unique base that combines the laboratory idea with the kind of sands of the desert. But yeah, all of those, like this is like a car belt on his thigh. Like this is amazing. You get to see the red wires and the green wires and the blue wires.
I love anything with exposed wires like that because it takes you into the piece. Like it adds another level of reality to it.
Yeah, just such a unique interpretation, and for fans to get to see that version up close, because we're so accustomed to everything that's basically Mark III and onward. We know the look, but it is really cool to get to see these even closer together. And then staying in the realm of Iron Man armors, of course, we wanted to show you guys a trio of the Neon Tech pieces. Of course, we've got the Neon Tech War Machine, the Neon Tech 2.0 with the yellow design, and then we've got the Neon Tech Iron Man. I believe that's the Mark 50?
I believe it is.
The Mark 50 from Endgame. That one actually has some clear elements to it as
shield
well.
In that, because like we're used to seeing that shield in just the light blue Iron Man normally as repulsor colors, and having it in the neon colors of the black and the orange is such a cool effect.
Yeah, and all of these designs have, they do have the kind of luminous, the luminous reflective effect under specialized light. And then we do have the Mark 50 with a dynamic figure stand. And then, last but not least, of course, another Captain America.
Another Captain America.
The Captain America moving forward in the MCU. So exciting. This is the Falcon and Winter Soldier, of course, Sam Wilson as Captain America.
Is that Red Wing up top?
Yes, that is. Red Wing has his own or its own dynamic figure stand attachment, so you can again pose that, because now we have an airborne Captain America with that incredible set of wings. Of course, he's picked up the shield, and I just love the way that they've realized that Wakandan-built costume.
They did such a good job on that.
Yeah, that's one of the ones.
I wish I could take it home, but I can't.
Yeah, you know, now that you've said that on camera, I think they're going to be keeping an extra close eye on us, so we do have to be careful. But speaking of cool suits,
I'm so excited to talk about this one.
Wanted to check out, I mean, this is just, it's insane. It's so cool, is the Armorized Deadpool 6-scale figure by Hot Toys. Now, the last person who needs a suit of armor is Deadpool.
I would never trust him with one.
One for the artillery, and two, he's got a healing factor. I mean, he doesn't need the extra protection, but Hot Toys have created this incredible design. You guys can see that he's packing a heavy punch. He's got not only a unique version of his katanas that have kind of
it's like an energy thing. It's almost like it has that Iron Man feel where it's built out of energy, and it's a sword.
Yeah, like a hard light katana.
Can you see the translucence through that? I mean, it's like you look right through it. It's so cool.
Yeah.
And everything on this is angles, which is so weird for Deadpool, because Deadpool is usually rounded edges, pouches, and limbs falling off. Now this is just everything is with the hard angles. His guns, look at the guns. Oh my goodness. I'm getting too geeked out by it.
It is so cool, and of course we see the really unique take on his logo on the belt as well. And Hot Toys, of course, has done their best to capture articulation in this piece, so you can get some really unique poses, combining your knowledge of the Iron Man armors and the Deadpool sensibility of it all.
I wonder how silly, you know. I want to see people when they get this announced. I want to see what their silly poses are with this, because it's you know, you got to get out of that mind frame of like Iron Man. You know what I mean? But it's so good. And look at the little shuriken holsters on the side. They're so cool. Sorry, I'm geeking out.
It's all good. We love that here. And up next, we got a couple more MCU pieces to show you guys. First up, from the world of Black Widow, we've got the Red Guardian, and then Black Widow herself. Thank you, Alex.
Red Guardian here. Another bearded guy I got to represent.
I was going to say, as our resident expert, what do you think?
He's doing a pretty good job. I mean, I wish I had as much brown in my beard as he does. I'm all white now, but he looks good. He looks good through me.
Just an incredible likeness, of course, of David Harbour in the suit that still fits.
Yeah.
He got back into it with the Red Guardian shield and the unique, I love the kind of almost flight straps all throughout his suit, recreating that. I mean, I would believe him if he said he went toe-to-toe with Captain America. I'm a fan of the classic Winter Guard, formerly known as the Soviet super soldiers. So when we got the name drops to some of his old comrades,
Ursa Major. Don't
confuse him with the Crimson Dynamo.
That's
that is
right.
absolutely not him.
It's offensive.
But this is such a great piece. And if you are collecting, of course, the Black Widow series, you'll want to bring him home because he is a great addition to her history, as well as just in general, any Marvel collection. He made such a great impact in one film.
Yeah. Not only was he funny, he was also very impressive. He's a strong guy. He's not a weakling.
And he also, he made mistakes, but he owned up to them. He's learning. Yeah. They've all got red in their ledgers and the pasts that they want to run from. So of course we also have the Black Widow film version of Black Widow. Just really cool. We get to see those really unique scythe whip. I'm not even sure what those are called.
They were really, really cool because I thought they were just batons with spikes on them, and I was like, oh, that's scary. Oh, wait, no, they're like snakes, and they just whip around.
Yeah, the really cool posing you guys can get in with that. Now, she doesn't have a dynamic figure stand, but you do see that you can still do those really cool
action poses with her.
Sort of leaping, yeah. Just an amazing look at her. She's got a unique head sculpt and hair sculpt with the really cool braids going down the back as well. Just a beautiful, beautiful look at the character. I had so much fun watching this film, and it was just such a great chance to see the character one more time and just have that opportunity to catch up on a little bit of her past that she'd been hiding from everybody for so long.
It was a good goodbye for her, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, that is available for pre-order on our website right now. You can check that out. And we've got a couple of Spider-Man pieces going on here. We have Far From Home, and then we've got No Way Home as well. So let's start up here with the No Way Home black and gold suit. This is such a unique look for Spider-Man, even more so than the stealth suit, the Night Monkey suit we got to see in Far From Home. This is just a beautiful gilded version of Spider-Man.
Black and gold is such a great, I told you I'm a designer toy collector, and black and gold I have a whole shelf of black and gold stuff, so this is going to fit right up there, especially as, Spider-Man, New York, you know what I mean?
There's a kinship there.
There's a kinship there. But now, it looks so great, but what are we talking about? I can't wait to see this movie because I want to know more about this gauntlet.
Yeah, I mean, we can't even begin to guess. This is such a really cool look for fans to get a chance to see a look from the film early at this really unique costume. So just that is available for pre-order right now. If you're as intrigued as we are, you can check that out. It does come with a dynamic figure stand as well. Now, we've got some other Spider-Man pieces roaming around here. So you guys want to take a look. We've got the Far From Home upgraded suit. You guys can see that. That has a unique kind of the black and red.
Black and red is my other favorite color scheme.
Spider-Man's. Do you just love everything?
Listen, as a New Yorker, Spider-Man's one of my favorite characters.
That makes complete sense. Again, dynamic figure stand, and Hot Toys has done a great job providing a lot of different hands and different things that you can swap out with him to really create some dynamic looks. So that is there. And then, of course, we do have him paired up with Mysterio, long-awaited villain, of course, that people are very excited to see. I believe it's shipping now or close to shipping.
I think it's close to shipping.
You guys can see that incredible domed head sculpt that they have. They also debuted a Jake Gyllenhaal portrait.
Which looks amazing.
But I mean, in terms of favorite colors, the blue and purple look is one of my favorites. So you guys can see that. There's also, he does have some of those unique LED luminous reflective effects. If you've got, not LED, I'm sorry, the luminous reflective blacklight effects, kind of in the green panels on his armor. I also love the double eyes on the shoulders there.
The shoulder pads. And then even the base having that smoke effect. Again, once again, is creating scenes. You can create scenes with these bases for your photography or just on your shelves.
And with a character like Mysterio, you can come up with any type of story to justify the pose or whatever scene you put him in, because it could all be an illusion. And then we do see he's got his unique power effects going on as well. Now, we do have some more Hot Toys pieces that are Spider-Man characters to show you, but we're going to take a trip back to the Marvel Gamerverse, get in some unique Spider-Man characters. Not only do we have Peter Parker, but we've also got Miles Morales on display, of course, from the amazing Marvel's Spider-Man and Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales games. First up, we've got the Cyborg Spider-Man suit. This is available for pre-order on our website right now. This is yet another one of the many incredible unlockable costumes from Marvel's Spider-Man.
And yeah, I've unlocked them all. I'm just going to brag a little bit.
Okay.
I did.
I'm still working on, you know, I didn't finish the DLCs, so I'm still working on unlocking a couple of those things. But just an incredible look that was, you know, from a comic book.
Which I bought at a garage sale recently. I was like, I need to have it because I need it for this hot toy. For the
All
background.
right. Yeah, so if you are a comic book collector and you display your figures with those pieces, Cyborg Spider-Man is out there. Now, he does have a light-up effect on the eye, and then he does have those unique kind of the web effects. They've done such a great job with all of these releases, having those web effects. I really love that one that just looks like it's looped up in his hand, which is what we have on display here. And this suit, you'll notice, has some tears and stitching in it. That is all part of the design, of course, of this unique fabric suit. So any of those kind of marks that you see, this is a Spider-Man who's been through a lot.
He's been through the ringer.
He has, but that hasn't stopped him. It hasn't slowed him down. He does have the dynamic figure stand as well. You know what? I'm just going to say carte blanche. All these Spider-Men have dynamic figure stands, so you guys can get so many cool poses in there. But while you're on that side, let's also take a look at the 2020 Miles Morales suit.
It is the coolest
This one
suit.
just blows my mind every time I see it, because I hope it's picking up well enough for you guys. That effect in the eyes, that is a light up, and there are swap out eyes, so you can get different effects, but it just looks like a digital screen. I'm waiting for him to wink at me. It's not a digital screen, though. That is a really clever light up effect by Hot Toys.
And the chest emblem with that, you know, it's funny that's called the 2020 suit, but like it takes me back to like the 80s, you know, with that 80s style LED.
Yeah, and it gives me some Daft Punk vibes. I just love it so much. And then if we're talking sneakers, I mean, there's none other than Miles Morales.
Miles Morales has the best shoes.
This suit, I think, has my favorite shoes of all of his looks. But of course, we've got the highly detailed fabric recreation of his in-game model. And you guys can see that he's got that going on there. Just so cool, so stylish. And I think we saw this one at the Summer Con. We had this one at MicroCon. I am amazed every single time by those eyes. And then inside the mask, he's kind of got the headphones built in. There's a little bit of text on that I think says Miles, and so it looks like he's got those built-in headphones because he's got to listen to his music as he's swinging.
That's
through
one thing
New
about
York.
Miles. It's sneakers, music.
Sneakers and music. And according to the video game, Bodega Cat.
Bodega Cats.
Bodega Cats, formerly named Spider-Man. So first up, we do have the Miles Morales suit that does have the Spider Cat edition to it. You guys can see he's got some of those bioelectric blasts going on here. Again, my favorite web effect going on right there. Just a really, really fun addition to your collection. I love the kind of metallic reds on this. So as opposed to some of the more comic booky suits, these video game suits have
They're reflective and they pop.
Yeah, they have that really cool. And his webbing on this suit is kind of, like raised.
Yeah.
But the one I'm looking at over here, Bodega Cat suit, it's actually kind of depressed in, which is really cool. So you guys got a lot to play with here. He's got some, what's on the bottom of his shoes? Oh, he's got more treads down there. He's got some stripes down there. Lots of cool going on. So this is the standard Miles Morales Spider-Man suit. And then we've got a couple of Miles's other costumes as well. First up, the one that made its debut this summer at Sideshow Con, we've got the Purple Rain suit. This is based on the Prowler's design, of course, if you guys know anything about the character. He's got some history with the Prowler, one of his nemesis.
Nemesis?
Yes, I think you're right, nemesis.
And I love that because, you know, the Prowler has claws on his outfit, and they actually added that, since it's based on the Prowler suit, they added claws to his spider gloves? I don't know.
Yeah, kind of like what we saw with Peter Parker 2099's black suit, because Miguel O'Hara has spider talons, so we get those really cool claws, and we've got that really cool swipe effect going here that does have those kind of claw shapes. kind of leads into the pose. It's not just a big mitten of power. And he does have light up eyes. We don't have them on display right now, but you guys got to take my word for it. That beautiful metallic purple. And just a really, really cool variation on the Spider-Man design on his base. All of these characters have specialized figure stands that let you know which of the many unlockables they are. And then, of course, we've got the Bodega Cat suit.
The winning suit.
The winning suit. He's got the, I love superhero costumes. I think we should see them. But I love seeing superhero costumes layered with casual wear. We've got, of course, his hoodie. We've got the cool backpack with Spider-Cat for the unique Bodega suit finisher.
But the rocket rollerblades.
Yeah.
With the energy effect. I mean, he is kicking someone with his Venom power there.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's got to be painful. You guys can see that there are those effects there. He's got the really cool rollerblades. And then even down to the detail, I mean, I said 2020 had the coolest shoes, but he's even got writing on the kind of duct tape that is holding those things together with a wing and a prayer. Oh my goodness, love those. And he's got some kind of glossy details amid the matte elements of his suit as well. Just a lot of fun details going into this piece. So any number of these can help complete your Spider-Man Marvel Gamerverse collection.
And of course you get more Spider-Cat. The more Spider-Cat, the better.
More Spider-Cat, the better. Now, do you think we're done with Spider-Man stuff?
I think we're pretty much done with Spider-Man stuff.
No, I think we got a couple more pieces. We know what you guys want to see. You guys are not going to believe this. I'm going to stop covering them up. We've got the Venom and Carnage 6th scale figures by Hot Toys. These are 6th scale figures.
Yeah, I
love this.
Keep telling ourselves that it's 6 scale, but they're so massive. But we're talking about massive characters.
I mean, this whole booth challenges the idea of what it means to be 6th scale. Yeah. We'll see some of that later too. But of course, from the cinematic debut that just happened this week, we've got the Venom and Carnage from Let There Be Carnage, and then the Venom is from the first film. So let's take a look first at Venom. You guys can see he's going to be shipping very soon, so if you haven't already added him to your collection, I would hurry up and do so, especially...
I believe the deluxe edition might be waitlisted already.
Ooh, okay, well, then make sure to hop on that, because it's never a guarantee, but it's also maybe not too late. We can't promise anything, but if enough stock is found for you, then we'll do our best to help you get on that. But this is amazing, amazing piece, larger than your standard humanoid 6th scale figure, of course, and you guys can see that he's got these additional extra tendrils and tentacles. That is the deluxe edition, if I'm not mistaken, with the extra heads. I mean, look at how
the little grumpy
they're
faces.
Cute. Is that the right thing to say? Like, I think they're cute.
They could be cute and gross at the same time.
But he's got this amazing kind of glossiness to him. You guys can see that he's got those unique details. Of course, this is the cinematic version of Venom, so we do have some distinctions from the comics version that people are more familiar with. You guys can see the massive kind of blade arm going on here.
A base with the reflective Venom eyes.
Yeah, just a beautiful, beautiful figure base here. And then he does have, of course, articulated arms. He's got those amazing claws going on here.
I think I've been staring at it too long, because I actually thought I saw something dripping from his mouth.
There's a lot. I mean, the shine and the beautiful design here just really kind of gives you that illusion. Now, before we jump up to Carnage, just want to let you guys know that we've got this is just, first of all, this is just the first booth tour. We've got the All Request tour coming up on Tuesday. If you guys want to see anything from this booth configuration closer, Paul and Guy will be your guys for that. Take some notes, say, I want to go back and see this, and you'll have your chance to make requests. Hopefully we'll be back up on all platforms.
Yes.
We had a little bit of trouble. I think everybody in the world had a little bit of trouble today. But we are on YouTube and Twitch right now. But tomorrow you'll have an opportunity to put in the chats, hey, we want to see this, this, and this closer, and our moderators will do their best to make sure that Paul and Guy take you closer to all these figures. And if you're wondering if there's even more stuff coming, we will have Star Wars and DC Hot Toys pieces to show you guys, some of them making their convention debut at Sideshow Con. They're the first time we'll get to show them to you guys. So that'll be on Wednesday when the entire booth swaps out.
The whole booth swaps out.
Whole booth swaps out. I'll be back on Wednesday with Wendy hosting, and we will walk you through that configuration. So just hold tight. But until then, let's take a look at Carnage. I mean, this guy is
Watch
huge.
yourself, that's sharp.
I know, you could put an eye out with that thing. It's so amazing. I love his design. I mean, I'm scared of the symbiotes, and Scream is my favorite one, ultimately, of all the characters in the comics. But I love how this guy looks like a flayed body. You guys can see that kind of muscle the musculature going on throughout this. Of course, this is crazy Cletus Cassidy bonded with the Carnage symbiote to become something wholly terrifying. Now, this piece is huge. It's a unique interpretation of course, the cinematic version of this character's debut. You guys can see all of those incredible little tendrils. I mean, the little tendrils and then the
Everything is so
big ones.
sharp. Like,
He's
just so sharp.
Freaky.
His claws, his hands. I mean, it's like, Venom's got claws. He's got little, but he has claws. I mean, the fingers are extending on both hands. This is the one thing I always say about Venom and Carnage. Like, they're disgusting, but wonderful.
And Hot Toys has done such an amazing job capturing that. I mean, even with all the kind of black veins running through. And it's kind of hard to explain, but in these dimples where it's even darker, you can see even more. It looks like someone has pulled apart a web or something. It's so gross. It's so cool. He does look just like a kind of skinned body.
Even his toes are sharp. Look at his toes.
Even his toes are sharp. It's just so cool. So we are so thrilled to have this here to show you guys. They look so great together. So again, if I believe Carnage is up for pre-order now, and you're going to want to get Venom to go with him, so you guys want to jump on that right away. Now, rounding out our Spider-Verse, we're back in the Gamerverse. We've got a set of 6-scale dioramas by PCS, recreating some fun action from the video game, of course, Marvel Spider-Man and Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Again,
now, Alex, New York.
New York Comic-Con, we got to talk about New York, and these bases are so New York. First of all, if you look at the Spider-Man in the advanced suit, where he is actually right around Times Square, because I'm the geography expert over here.
These are legitimate street signs.
These are legitimate street signs. So Broadway and 44th is like around Times Square, and it looks like he's kind of swinging towards like Midtown Comics or something. He's going to pick up his books. And then you have Miles directly to the right, and he has, and one thing on the bases is we have the Oscorp Industries logo at the bottom for Spider-Man in the advanced suit.
Representing an antagonist from the first game.
First game, yep. And then for Miles, first of all, he's on Lexington and 125th, which is Harlem. And he has Roxxon, who is another big part in that game.
I love Roxxon. I hope we get to see more of them because I love who's employed at Roxxon in terms of villainy. But these are just great. You guys can see that they're very similar in pose and execution, but they are each uniquely based on each hero's spider suit. We've got the advanced suit on Spider-Man, and then we've got the standard Miles Morales Spider-Man suit on Miles.
Those reflective red, elements, which are perfect.
Beautiful, beautiful pieces. Super fun, and I love that there's that authenticity to the street locations there. Ooh. So that does it. We're gonna wrap that little web up in the Spider-Verse, and we're gonna hop on over to some other more fantastical series here. Of course, we've got to start. This is the Hordak Legends Maquette from Tweeterhead. You guys take a look at that. He's like the baddest of the bad.
He is I mean, this is Skeletor's mentor. This is the guy who taught Skeletor how to be bad. I mean, he's got to be worse, right?
He's got to be way worse. Now, this is an amazing job by Tweeterhead. They've got this Legends series that's giving a kind of more mature look to some of our classic animated favorites from the Masters of the Universe series. Now, he does have a removable fabric cape. You guys can see that beautiful fabric design. There is wire in the hem for posing, so you guys can get some really cool, impressive design there. But if you want to take a look at the back armor, you can, in your collection, remove the cape. We're not going to do that here today.
So much cool stuff under there, too. Get this so you can see it. If you have Skeletor, by the way, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have to get this because having these, old mentor-mentee, fight, you got to have them on your shelf.
Maybe you also have the He-Man and She-Ra that Sideshow previously released. He looks great, affecting both of them. Now we're going to show you guys. I know you've missed me talking about them. We've got an amazing display from Pedestal Source here, but this is just an example of the kind of ways the ways you can light him up differently. These pedestals specifically have the unique kind of color control. We want to thank our friends at Pedestal Source for providing those for this show. Loved. I almost like that better.
Yeah, the green gives it kind of that like Eternia evil, like Snake Mountain green.
Yeah, I'm
now,
thinking like noxious. Yeah. Like, oh, it's so good.
He's visiting the home base and giving Skeletor a talking to. Give that green energy.
You do not want to get scolded by this guy. Now, up next, Tweeterhead has shown us a really, really cool advanced look. These are unfinished prototypes, but we are so excited that we get to show them to you. These are, again, from Tweeterhead's Legends Maquette series. We've got Trapjaw and we've got Merman. So let's, obviously, They're not released yet. This is an extremely cool, close look. And then we also have He-Man and Battle Cat, but we're going to start with these guys down first. They each have unique Snake Mountain themed bases, but we don't have a ton of detail on these pieces because this is an unpainted prototype. So you guys will get to see, first of all, what the sculpt looks like, which I think is amazing, but getting to see it without the paint. And then when you get to see the fully realized versions, you'll get to see how much context and story that the color adds. Now, this is Trapjaw, of course. Ooh, he's got like a double barrel blade.
Like blade gun? Like,
blade gun?
Trapjaw always had a lot of fun weapons, and he also had, you know, his arm used to change into different weapons. But oh, that is so cool. Who straps that on him every day? I mean, that's got to be painful.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to be helping this guy get dressed for evil.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys can see he's got that really cool arm, and then of course his unique jaw. And then we do have Merman, and one of my favorite details going on here is actually, if we can see, the water splashes that have yet to be painted, but the fact that he's, one, rising from the sea, and two, there are ripples going on throughout this here.
And his foot is actually emerging. And I just wonder how dirty that water is down by Snake Mountain. I mean, it's got to be pretty dirty.
We'll find out when Tweeterhead finalizes these prototypes. But again, you've got that nice, cool kind of Snake Mountain wrap that really matches both of the characters and looks great together. I can't wait. I hope we get to see some really cool, like the coral and sea life effects on him. He's got that iconic portrait.
His armor and like around his neck and everything, so many spikes. But look at He-Man up in the back.
Yes, so up next we've got this massive display of He-Man and Battle Cat ready for action. I love Battle Cat's armor. It's so strange, but I love that, and I can't wait to see this piece fully painted. Of course, he is riding forth to challenge the hordes of Snake Mountain to
is that the jaw? Is that the jaw of Castle Grayskull on the bottom that
you know,
he's riding
that's
over?
A great question. It kind of looks like it. I'm not 100% sure. But our friends at Tweeterhead hopefully will have more information to share soon. But it is so exciting to get to show you guys a step of the process that most people don't get to see. You guys are always clamoring for the cool finished versions, but it's so cool to take a look at how statues start out like this. So these are the Legends Maquettes from Tweeterhead, part of that Masters of the Universe incredible series. You guys can see, that really cool. It's quite a long piece, the Battle Cat and He-Man.
That'll definitely take up some real estate, but I think it's worth it.
Yeah. All right, well, staying in the realm of fantasy, I think we're going to head on over to Westeros, which is, you know, just a couple doors down from Eternia.
The angrier Eternia.
Something like that. Now, earlier I said that 6 scale, you know, 6 scale looks different on everybody, including a dragon.
Yeah.
This is a
what
6 scale
is a
dragon.
6 scale dragon? Pretty big.
You know, I mean, from all the dragons I've ever seen in full scale, like this is pretty close. But this is an incredible series of 6th scale articulated figures, and then this Drogon statue by 3-0. They have just done such an amazing job with this collection because the world of high fantasy is so beautiful, ornate, colorful, fantastical, and weird and out of scale.
Out of scale.
And they've done such a great job at capturing all of these. You want to take us through who we're seeing on that side?
Okay, so first we have a White Walker. We have one of the White Walkers with, I love this ice blade and this armor. It's, you know, 3-0 kills it with the armor elements like every single time. And you see it all through here. I don't want to touch anything, but even the boots have a little bit of snow on them. You know, I was going to say salt, you know, maybe they salted around, but they don't have that, obviously. Then we have the Night King over here reaching for his ice blade, and he is a grumpy man. He's a grumpy man, but even the details on the hands, how it's all like mottled and gross and gray.
And they've got those faux leather elements. I mean, the worlds of fantasy, there's leather, there's furs, there's so much unique material that they've recreated in a 6 scale, allowing these figures to articulate and pose as well. You guys can see, I love that reaching pose. It's really freaky, and especially with Arya right in front of him.
A lot of dirt, a lot of you know, weathering effects on here. They do a really great job with the armoring. And then obviously we can move down to Arya. With her Valyrian steel blade over here. She's getting ready. But she's got someone behind him. Like, turn around. But you know, Arya's got it. We're not worried. You got Needle. You have, again, the fake fur going through her armor here, through her cloth here. The boots, once again, there's a lot of snow on everyone's boots because we are, you know, we're fighting around in Winterfell here. And then, of course, we've got Bran. Look at Bran. I mean, they did so much great costuming here with the fur elements and the cloth elements. This is so, I don't want to touch anything too much, but again, weathering in snow in his wheelchair, you know? This looks like it could be real.
And they look so great. I mean, you've got the different regions of Westeros as well when we get down to, I mean...
Look at the bones.
Yeah, I'm getting word that some of the bones, we can actually, all of the bones are proximity pieces. So you can, wow, you can arrange the carnage to your heart's content. Oh my goodness.
Look, I'm just thinking about Monty Python. Look at the bone.
Oh my goodness. So there is that massive, massive base. I mean, talk about real estate. This is not a shelf piece. This is a centerpiece in your table.
Yeah.
This is we need a dedicated dragon space in your home. And if you don't have a dedicated dragon space in your home, I talk to your roommates, talk to your spouse, see if you can get a dedicated dragon space. But you guys can see, of course, then we do have the mother of dragons herself in 6th scale. She's got a beautiful kind of mixed media element to her hair with a sculpted top to really preserve all of those unique details and braids, but then she has a synthetic element running down her back. You can style that, you can kind of fluff that over her shoulders, you can brush that and keep it nice and flat. Her beautiful, beautiful white costume, and then pairing her with her dragons, of course, is a must.
The shiny finish they have on Drogon too makes it real, like really takes you into it.
Yeah, it gives him a lot of movement as you move around him. It really kind of brings the piece to life. It makes it feel like the spines on his neck are moving. Just that beautiful muscle detail on this piece, and then those immense wings that are tucked behind him for your safety, of course, and for the space that this piece takes up. Now, we do have a couple of other characters a little closer to King's Landing.
A little cleaner.
A little summarier. Yeah. Not quite a word, of course, but we do have the Lannister family. First up, we have Jaime Lannister, and a lot of these details or designs that 3.0 has captured are their later season appearances. Of course, some characters don't last as many seasons as others, but we do have Jaime Lannister, I believe in a season 7 look. You guys can see his golden hand. That, of course, is not necessarily very posable, but he makes do throughout the series. The beautiful, beautiful kind of bronzed gold elements to his armor. He does have those layers of fabric, and he does still have articulation in between the panels, between the pauldrons and the chest plate and all the different places. He's got those joints flexible, so you can pose him with his sword. You can pose him in action, defending the queen, perhaps, and all of those amazing, amazing kind of the armor details. Because armor in a lot of fantasy stories also tells the story of the wars or the family crest or whatever's going on. So they've captured a lot of that great detail here.
And I do love his boots. I got to say, I was going on and on about those sneakers, but I'm loving
beards,
his boots.
Anything else we should be keeping an eye out for? Now, the character that we all loved to hate, we've got Joffrey Baratheon here.
No.
This is his, I believe, season 4 look, shortly before his demise. I know that's a spoiler, but we've all seen it. We all cheered for it.
I'm not too upset about it.
The amazing look where he's kind of got the melded Baratheon style crown, but there's also the Lannister elements to his costume. Beautiful, beautiful gold, kind of a golden red paisley. Yeah, and it's almost like a crushed velvet sash on his arm. He's loaded up a crossbow. Of course, one of his favorite pastimes, terrorizing.
Being a terrible person.
Being a terrible person. I mean, it's a hobby for some of us. I really like, though, in the hair sculpt with him, they've got kind of the not hat hair, but the markings of where, when you put from all the times you've ever put a crown on your head, when you put the crown on your head, the way that it affects your hair, and the hair directly under the crown kind of fluffs out a little bit. Anyways, take my word for it. They've done a great job on the likenesses as well. And then, of course, we've got the Queen Mother herself. We've got Cersei Lannister.
I'm going to get a lot of hate. I love Cersei Lannister.
She was
terrible,
good.
But I love her.
I mean, yes, she was terrible.
Which is a good character.
And I'll never forgive her for taking out my entire favorite family line. But just amazing with her black dress, her queen's dress. You can see the crown she's wearing. I love the silver.
Shoulder armor.
The silver elements that kind of betray the Lannister gold, but still represent the opulence that comes with wearing the crown. She's got a delicate chain across. They've just done such an amazing job with this entire series, and I'm so excited that we actually get to have them all in context with one another and with a dragon. Again, so you guys can see how much heat Daenerys was packing when she showed up with dragons.
When you say 6 scale, and we're like, ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
I can't get over how big that is.
It's truly amazing. Again, for context, like this is my own wingspan. This is how big this guy is on our table. So we've got a couple more really cool series to show you. We're going to jump on over to the Ninja Turtles really quick. A fan favorite piece blew us all away this summer.
Favorite piece.
An Alex favorite again. It just was a mind-blowing piece that debuted, of course, at Sideshow's the Summer Sideshow Con.
Yeah.
Excuse me. There's so many cons. This is from PCS. Now, what you guys are seeing is the Supreme Edition. This is the Last Ronin Supreme Edition statue. Which does come with the brothers. That is an exclusive element, a fan favorite element, of course, with that amazing kind of
sad
teal color, that ghostly. It's a very prominent ghostly color.
Yeah.
And then, if you are just interested in the Last Ronin himself, he does come by himself, available for pre-order right now on our website. Both editions.
Wielding all his brother's weapons.
Yes. So you can see that he is kitted out, of course. You know, we got some comments last time that were saying it was spoilers, but it's revealed in the first issue of the series. It's Michelangelo, who is, of course, forced to kind of grow up and
Which
really
makes it
take
the most tragic.
Yeah, and take on the I believe the grandson of Shredder in this apocalyptic future. Just an amazing story. There are issues still coming out. I think there was a little bit of a delay between some issues. You guys can pick that up at your local comic store. But if you want, I gotta always
Comics
get
all vibes.
Always got to get the plug in there. But this is just an amazing realization of that entire story by PCS. With this piece, it is fully sculpted. You guys get to see all of those detailed elements in the costume and the armor. The armor looks almost like to have a soft, leathery vibe to it.
But it is fully sculpted.
Yeah, and then we've got those elements, the kind of ways that his coat tails kind of flip up there. And he does also come with proximity pieces that can be placed along the base. We don't have them on display right now, but there are broken versions of each of the turtles' weapons, as he has lost, of course, his closest compatriots.
It wasn't hard enough emotionally to deal with this at first, and then they have to let's put the broken weapons in here.
That you can display any way you want.
And make
so,
it extra emotional. That's what I love about this piece. There's so much emotion told in it. And then again, I do love the translucent, gross sewer water.
Just they were born in muck, but they have become a more noble breed than that. Just a really, really amazing piece. And then again, of course, that Supreme Edition with the brothers in the back. I actually don't know which brother is which specifically. It is rather ambiguous. I don't think they have their weapons on them here.
Nope.
But it is this massive, really cool, ghostly piece. So their legs all do transition to that kind of signature ghost wisp. Just a mind-blowing, beautiful piece. Really cool to see a really recent comic get this kind of treatment. Now, up next, we do have some more pieces from PCS. They are a fan favorite manufacturer, and one of the things they are most known for, of course, is Street Fighter. So we've got the newest additions to their Street Fighter collection. This is actually a set. So this is the Hugo and Poison, the Mad Gear Gang exclusive set, available for pre-order on our website. You can get Hugo by himself, but if you want to add, his wrestling manager, Poison, you're going to have to get the really cool Mad Gear exclusive set.
My words, because he's so big. He's absolutely tremendous. And
and he's a quarter scale.
He's a quarter scale. His quarter scale is almost me scale. Tremendous.
And he is fully sculpted. You can see that really cool detail that they've got going on there. Just with the leopard print, the veins, that massive chain going down there. And they both have pretty simple bases, which is nice. A lot of the Street Fighter characters have a kind of simpler base. So you can focus really on the characters and how colorful and engaging they are. And then, of course, we've got Poison in her signature style. Both of them, of course, based on their Final Fight appearances translated into Street Fighter. Her hair is amazing.
And also a chain going around there, but the hair speaks so much on this piece.
And she's got a chain going across the front with her little Daisy Dukes cut off shorts, and fighting in heels, fighting in red glossy heels. Just love everything going there.
Put an eye out with those heels.
Seriously. Yes, and the chain is a free hanging element. You guys can see that she's got the handcuffs, she's got the riding crop, that really signature kind of sexy style going on. I think I'm allowed to say that. Just lots of fun going on here, but I love that Hugo's a little, I wouldn't say a gentle giant, but
When he gently pushes your face through a wall.
Yeah, you know, but I love that Poison kind of has the attitude, the smarts to keep him in line and manage that beast. Now, we're taking a trip over to the world of Alexandria, one of my favorites here, of course, to show you guys not only we've got Ford and Bo from the Mighty Nine returning after their Sideshow summer debut, but we've got the twins. We've got the first two members of Vox Machina here. We've got the Vex statue and the Vax. I'm sorry, I was going to say Vox because I was going to do it.
Vox.
Vex, Vax, Vox Machina. I knew it, and my brain couldn't withstand my own thinky thoughts. So anyways, we've got the amazing twins here, just a fan favorite duo. They're getting their own feature novel from Critical Role coming very soon called Kith and Kin, and that's very exciting. So we've got Vaxalia here, who is she's the ranger, among other skills and things that they all add during their adventuring times, but she has got Fenthras, which is her legendary weapon, the Vestige of Divergence, which was claimed from an angered, corrupted archfey, and it has grown with her as she's matured. So this is a kind of higher level look. I believe these are pretty close to their level 20 looks in the series. Just an amazing, amazing piece. She's got her blue feathers in her hair. She's got kind of the elven chain around her armor, and also some of those elements of the dragon skin armor that was created for her, and then of course her quiver of arrows. Both the twins are standing on Vox Machina monogram bases. The Mighty Nine characters also have their own signature Mighty Nine monogram. But then up next, we've got Vaxildan. Helps me if I say their full names.
Say their full names. It's easy.
Say their full names. Vaxalia, Vaxildan.
I'm cutting in just to talk about the wings. Those wings.
Yes. So that is his own relic called the Deathwalker's Ward, which enables him. He serves the Matron of Ravens.
I want those wings myself. That's my color. It's get around faster.
You know, he's a rogue, so he needs to be stealthy.
Yeah.
And he is pretty stealthy with all the cool dark costuming and the sneaking skill. But those wings, if I had those, I would be like, hey, everybody, look at my wings.
Yeah, it would be terrible. I'd be like,
so far,
I'd want
so
a white
good.
background just so I could show them off.
And then, of course, he's got dagger, dagger, dagger. He's got so many daggers going on in this piece. Of course, we've got the flame dagger, the poison dagger, and then whisper, which is his kind of obsidian one in his hand here. The poison dagger is sheathed at his hip. Just a really cool crouched sneaking pose. He is just under 12 inches tall. He's 11.75, and then she is 11.5. You know, in case the twins bother, who's taller? Vaxildan is just a hair taller in this statue. Lots of fun detail, and there's some nice weathering going on his boots and his cloak as well. Just really great additions. So maybe you didn't catch up on the Mighty Nine, or you're all caught up on Vox Machina, or depending on which campaign you like, maybe you like them all. You can pair all of these characters together, but we do have our first Vox Machina pieces. So excited to be showing you guys the prototypes. And then just quickly checking in with Ford and Bo. These are very close to shipping. Goal is the end of this year, I think. Yeah. So you guys, if you are waiting patiently, critters, you shall have them soon. Of course, we've got the Monk of the Mighty Nine, and then we've got the Warlock with his own legendary sword, Duethvar, the Star Razor. Lots of fun going on here. They have a slightly different colored kind of faux stone base, and these two are the first subjects in a really cool new portrait series from our art print program by artist Sam Hogg. You might have noticed they're Art Nouveau style pieces available as prints and wood blocks. And I think we're going to be talking about those later this week, but I just wanted to feature my favorite Critical Role cuties over here. I just love this series so much, and we are so excited to be partnered with Critical Role to be bringing you guys to the world of Alexandria. Now, staying in the realm of the fantastic, but taking on a totally different approach, we're here with the J. Scott Campbell Fairy Tale Fantasies collection. Now, we've got some returning fan favorite pieces, plus some variants,
really cool variants,
and a brand new prototype reveal.
Yeah.
So first up over here, we've got Tinkerbell, and then we've got the fall variant Tinkerbell. So you guys can see we've got kind of a more summery springtime pixie.
Spring green
and perfectly themed for the time of the year it is right now. We've got the beautiful fall variant with some more autumnal colors. There's a little bit of gold fleck going on in here. She's got the orange, crunchier leaves.
Yeah, and even the base is a little bit more orange, where instead of bronze is the regular version.
Yes, and it still has that unique kind of compass face design to it. It's not a functional compass, unfortunately, but it still looks.
I was going to say, I got lost. I was like,
you know, it points the way to adventure, so that
Could be
Adventure is
anywhere.
this way, apparently. But she also does have kind of a silver tone to her wings, whereas Tinkerbell has a little bit more of the gold in the wings. But they do have that kind of opalescent look to them. Then, of course, we've got the Cinderella piece. This is in stock, shipping now. You guys can take a look at that beautiful mirror base that she's standing on. This is one of my favorite effects in the way that they've realized such a strange and unique magical process as her dress taking shape around her.
Yeah, the magical wisps going around, sort of like bubbling up around her and building her dress. It's very, very cool effect.
Yeah. And this one has some of my favorite colors in terms of the metallic blue, a little bit of a kind of a translucency to it. Just a super fun, really cute piece. Now, of course, these are based on J. Scott Campbell's incredible pinup designs. Some of them are featured on calendars, and some of them, like Little Red, are actually original designs. And actually, I think Cinderella is an original design for us as well. So you may recognize the designs of some of these. We also did a Little Mermaid in collaboration with J. Scott Campbell. So if you're thinking that these look familiar, these are from his highly acclaimed Fairy Tale Fantasies pinup line, but working with him, Sideshow has created some original styles as well. So let's hop on over to the Alice in Wonderland pieces really quick. Of course, we've got the returning fan favorite Alice herself, where she's taken two sides of the mushroom, and one will make you grow larger and one will make you grow smaller, or so they say.
Yeah.
With a really fun Cheshire cat on the base. And then we've got a really unique variant. This is the Game of Hearts edition up top. A slightly more gothic, or goth in general, not gothic,
Totally goth.
but totally goth. Colorway, we've got that really fun black and white stripes. And now a really fun storytelling detail here, of course. On the mushroom standard statue, there's actually pieces taken out of the base. You can see she's got either one in her hand. But as she's playing a different sort of game here, she's got cards in her hand. Those pieces on the mushroom are not missing anymore.
She is whole. The mushroom is whole again.
Yes, and so the artists even took that detail into account, making sure that there weren't any unexplained missing pieces of mushroom. But she does have playing cards in her hand of various suits and colors. But on the outside,
I don't know how to play hearts, by the way. So I was looking at it. I was like, that's not a good poker hand. But like, I don't know if it's a good hearts hand.
Not a good poker face either, but that's not the aim here. But the outside of those cards do have a little tiny Sideshow S on them, so that's also a fun detail. Just love these colors. I love the darker red and the kind of brunette hairstyle that she's got going on here.
And the darker eyes, the darker makeup, and the black heart necklace instead of the red heart from the original version.
And it's reminiscent of some of those more unique interpretations of Alice in Wonderland that kind of take the text to a slightly darker place, a little more mature place. I think it's very beautiful. But then the last piece here for the Fairy Tale Fantasies collection that we wanted to show you guys is a brand new prototype reveal of the Red Riding Hood statue. This one might just be my favorite, but it's because I'm a sucker for monster hunters. And this is a Red Riding Hood who looks to be taking a little bit more agency. Not only is she on the way to grandmother's house with her basket full of treats, but she's also on a werewolf hunt. She's got a crossbow that is loaded, and then she does have some of those arrows tucked into her wicker basket as well. And you guys can see that there's...
It's like, is there shish kebab in there? No, she's hunting.
Just the best for grandma. She's like, oh, we're gonna have a skewer party later, but she's got to hunt some big game first. We do see really cool wolf paws in the snow, so clearly it's been here already, and it gives the sense that it's not chasing her. It's gone ahead. It's somewhere else. So we've got that fun fairy tale element, and then classic. It even makes me think of Snow White, the scary trees.
Scary trees.
Trees can be really scary, I've learned. So we've got some of those really cool claw-like trees reaching up to grab her, but she seems undeterred. She's not bothered by that because she's got to get to grandmother's house before the wolf gets there first. Now that'll be available for pre-order on our website very soon, so you can keep an eye out for that. But we do have one more surprise here because the booth has changed since we last walked around it. We've got a brand new edition here that we're gonna finish up with. Of course, this is a PCS Wolverine. I believe this is a 1/3 scale piece, which is funny because we saw a 6 scale dragon, we saw a 1/3 scale Wolverine. Wolverine's a smaller guy, but this is still a really cool, really impressive piece. This is, of course, based on their line of Gamerverse properties. So this is a video game inspired Wolverine, not from the upcoming Wolverine video game, but the Marvel series like Contest of Champions, Strike Force. I actually don't know exactly which one this is because it is a brand new reveal. We just got this in while we were touring the booth,
we were talking over
but
there.
we wanted to make sure that we got to show it to you guys, and you guys will have a chance to also ask to see it closer during the All Request tour tomorrow. But this is a fully sculpted piece. Look at the silver sheen on the adamantium.
I know, I'm going from
claws.
different angles to look at it, and it's
This is our first time seeing it too.
Yeah, first time seeing it in
Oh,
person.
we do have it on a turntable. Be very careful.
Very
with it.
careful.
I am liable.
So first we have this really reflective surface on the adamantium, which looks amazing. Also in the where the claws pop out of. This is all sculpted, but the finish and the I was about to say dimpling. It has a leather look to it as
Yeah,
well.
especially the kind of puckering around the seams.
Yeah, puckering
And even his belt looks like it's been through the ringer. It looks like some of the belt is flaking off, but that is sculpted and painted into the design here. And then we've got what looks to be kind of the exterior to the mansion going on here. This is as far as I can turn it because of the podium lights. But
the base with the bent gate. Oh my goodness, and the
Yeah.
rusting on it.
you guys can see some of that pseudo wrought iron style texture here going on. Love the stonework as well. But yeah, that kind of bent metal. I mean, maybe someone just threw him through it because he's pretty solid. He can dent some stuff, or maybe Magneto's on the prowl. You never quite know, but this is a really cool piece. And you guys can also see he's got the arm hair sculpted in. That is a must with
That is a
Wolverine.
must.
I mean,
He's got to be a hairy guy.
he does. He's got to be hairy. He's got to be short and angry.
And all the
what we
stone
love about
finish
him.
on the bricks. You know how it's not just like a smooth brick. There's pockmarks in it.
Yeah.
In the stonework as well.
Sorry, saying the word pockmark made me think of Hoxpox. You know,
Hoxpox. Yeah.
Hoxpox.
Hoxpox mark.
But yeah, this is just a really cool piece coming soon from PCS, prototype reveal. And I actually love the way that his boots match the shape of the fins on the cowl.
I'm just getting in close to look at his mouth. Look at
close
those
and personal.
teeth.
Goes all the way back there.
Goes all the way back. They sculpted all the way inside the mouth.
Just a really, really great look. So that was a fun chance to get to show you guys. Like literally, I just got the note as we were finishing up the Fairy Tale Fantasies. But that has been the entire booth tour today. I know that we had to go through a lot of stuff today. So again, I want to remind you guys that if you are looking to see anything more closely, like maybe that Carnage again, so you can count all the spines on him, you guys will want to stay tuned for tomorrow's booth tour because it will be the same layout, except actually there'll be a couple of new statue additions to look at. So there are a couple pieces, or was that Wolverine? That was
one
okay.
of them. Oh,
Yes,
there might be more.
Might be more. So you guys will want to stay tuned to that. But again, you'll ask Paul and Guy, and our moderators will relay those messages to them, so you guys
closer
can
looks for that.
take a closer look at anything you guys saw today. And then Wednesday, we'll have an entirely new booth layout for you. I'll be
not me,
back.
though.
I know. I'm sorry. Hey, you can
I didn't
watch
get the invite.
You can watch the booth tour though.
I'm going to watch it on YouTube.
All right. Yeah, and that'll be streaming hopefully to everywhere that we usually stream, allowing for the streams to come back up. But that'll be me and Wendy, and we're going to have so much fun. If you guys wanted to see Star Wars and DC Hot Toys pieces, that'll be on Wednesday.
I want to see Star Wars and DC Hot.
Oh my goodness. Well, that'll be on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, if you want to see any of those pieces more closely, there'll be another all request tour. But that is just the first tour and video and stream that we have of today. There is, starting at 2 p.m. Pacific, the live from Sideshow New York Con stream. There's going to be some really cool interviews and other product features going on there. And
We got a special interview. Secret. You're not going to know who it is.
but for this and all the other information and scheduling, especially scheduling, you want to go to side.show/NYCC. We've got a whole overview blog that has your details for all the contests and giveaways we've got going, all of the streams you can expect, the daily wrap-up show, which is exclusively in our Let Your Geek Side Show Facebook group. You're going to want to go to side.show/geek group.
Geek group.
Sorry, I always want to say LYGSS. That's
Side.show/geek group.
Geek Group. There's so many, short links to remember. But side.show/NYCC is your hub for all of it.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. We hope that you loved this booth tour. I mean, there's so much cool stuff in here. I would have
I'm
loved
so excited.
to stay around and talk even more about it, but you're going to get to see more of it later. Thank you guys so much for joining us. See you at 2 p.m. Pacific for Live at Sideshow Con. And as always, don't forget to let your geek side show.